It's very important for us to find the right approach to our clients. People are all different, and what one person likes, another might hate. As professionals, we need to have an understanding of people, their tastes, and their styles. We're helped in this task by the system of archetypes that's used in branding and marketing. There are 12 of them. We use the most standard archetypes, which everyone knows. Sage, Explorer, Rebel, Magician, Hero, Jester, Lover, Everyman, Caregiver, Ruler, Creator, and Innocent. Those 12 archetypes. We need to know them by heart and understand them. A good way to use this system is by making mood boards. They're our tool for nonverbal communication. They let us have a conversation without words, using images only. We give that mood board to our clients and ask them to choose one of 12 sets of images, each with a style or visual code suggested by one of the archetypes. When they look at it, they don't see hairstyles. They see an atmosphere, household objects, places, an overall style. And if they realize that that's where they'd like to be, or it matches their way of life, then they say, yeah, I choose this. They can choose up to 3 of those sets without explaining why. And that tells us what combination of archetypes and stylistic vectors is present in that person. Armed with that knowledge, we can understand them better and pick out the look that they're after. It tells us what shapes, colors, and combinations of colors and visual styles suit that individual. It's a very powerful tool that allows us to communicate not only with clients, but with the other members of our team when we work on a joint project. It's a tool that sets up an emotional bond between you and the other person. In other words, it creates empathy. It's what we call emotional hairdressing. That's when you communicate not on the level of what hairstyle would you like, but rather, how do you want people to perceive you? What emotions would you like them to feel when they see you? It's on a much deeper level, and it's a lot more interesting to work that way. It's what we teach here at Hairfucker School. The Innocent. The Innocent is a dreamer who is often called naive, romantic, an idealist, utopian, and so on. Their goal in life is to live in an imaginary world, feel freedom, and experience paradise or strange otherworldly sensations. And they express these things through their appearance. Their hair has an airy texture, cottony, curly, pastel colors, and it can be unusually bright and colorful. Their haircuts are also often unusual, but with a soft texture. This is one of the most creative archetypes. People often call them crazy. The Sage. This is a person who has found worldly wisdom. They're often called a thinker. They're a person who uses their intellect and analysis to understand the world. Their biggest fear is being deceived into ignorance or not knowing something. They're absolutely calm. They don't fret, and they're not in a hurry to get anywhere because the whole world is within them. This is a person who doesn't use any loud colors or images in their appearance. They have very calm, even hair, which they dye in harmony with nature, often in earthy tones. The Everyman. The Everyman is like a mix of all the other archetypes. Everyone likes them. They're the life of the party. They don't want to be pretentious, and they don't want to stand out or be rejected. They want to be part of society and get along with everyone. And the same goes for their fashion choices. The Everyman is a person who goes with whatever's popular now. Fashion changes, and so do the hairstyles of the Everyman. They're not conservative. They just adapt to blend with their friends, and they're good at it. The Lover. The lover or seducer is an archetype always trying to find relationships, intimacy, and sensual pleasures. They aim to surround themselves with things and people they find sexually appealing. As a result, lovers are completely open about their erogenous zones, and one of those zones is their head. As a result, they have a lot of volume, tresses, doing everything they can to attract attention. They have light-colored hair with a good, smooth texture, which allows them to be sexy and attractive to others. The Jester. The Jester is a party animal. They're always in a good mood. Their goal is to enjoy life to its fullest and have a great time. They're very colorful, both in their clothes and in their hair, which has a lot of volume. They're always joking and they never sleep. They have a ton of energy, and they're a person who's impossible not to notice. With a hairstyle you'll see a mile away. The Creator is the archetype responsible for creativity and imagination. They have a very refined taste and are extremely stylish. Their goal is to create something of lasting value. Their hair usually has low volume, deep colors, and good monolithic shapes. The Rebel. The Rebel is the archetype that rejects everything and goes against the system. They destroy and they avenge. Their goal is revolution, to provoke others and piss them off. In their look, they prefer jagged, rumpled clothes and textures. Something that will get on other people's nerves and force them to think negatively of them. Something that will stand out like a sore thumb. That's why their hair sticks out at different lengths, in messy, ridiculous colors. Very rebellious. But most importantly, rebels also get haircuts and dye their hair. The hero. The hero's goal is to prove their worth and make the world a better place. They want to achieve big things and make everything wonderful for everyone, to save them. Their greatest fear is weakness, vulnerability, and cowardice. The hero is a person who's not afraid of anything. They're strong, but also rather arrogant and restless. Rigid, straight, and triangular lines, hair sticking out, and rigid geometry, clearly defined colors and bright shades. Black, blue, red, yellow, which they match with white to contrast. Their hairstyle, which is readily identifiable, is also severe. The ruler's goal is to create a thriving, prosperous society. They love order and strict styles. Their talents are responsibility and leadership. They're the boss, the manager. So in their clothes and hair, they prefer conservative, smooth, square shapes with evenly distributed volume, so that others will see that they're a person of standard views and respect them for it. The caregiver. The caregiver's goal is to protect and help others. Their strategy is altruism, and they always take care of whomever's with them, which has an effect on their appearance and hairstyle. Their clothes are soft and flowing, in warm, creamy tones, and their hairstyles are soft, without a rigid structure, absolutely calm and comforting. The explorer. The explorer is a person who is studying the world. They like to take risks, not being afraid of danger, and their core value is independence. They desire freedom, and they search for themselves by experiencing the world. They always find an adventure to go on, even if they don't leave the city. In terms of their look, they always give the impression that they're ready to go somewhere. They wear clothes that they're not afraid to get dirty or tear. Their hair also looks like they just got out of the sea, or spent the last few years traveling through faraway lands. They have dreadlocks, tangled hair, and a very active texture that looks sunburnt or similarly damaged. They look pretty shaggy. All these things apply to explorers. The Mage. The Mage is a person creating the culture of the future. Their motto is nothing is impossible. If you can imagine it, you can achieve it. They're always surrounded by the hippest gadgets, which is why their hairstyle should be the most innovative around, with an unusual geometry and features like artificial materials, shiny metallic colors, and something extremely white and pure, dark and pure, bright and glowing. That's the Mage for you.